Welcome, brothers and sisters, to Evolution Lounge and to this video today. Good to feel you, good to see you. Take a seat and relax. So I was drawn right before that video to my old notebook right here because I was thinking about, man, I feel so passionate about recording another video today. What could I talk about? And normally I sit down and just feel into my heart and I just let come through what wants to come through. But today I was drawn to that book and I was kind of looking through it, and then some pages got my attention, and I would love to share a little story with you. And it's about positioning, taking no longer any position. When I meet life, can I stop managing what is happening in front of me? So, and the story behind that is the following one. One day I was at the gym, and this gym has this sort of massage bank thing. I don't know if you familiar with that. You can lay down on this machine and you can get a massage for as long as you want. I think the maximum is 15 minutes. Don't know why I told that, but anyway. So, but it was the time where I was switching my contracts. So in my old contract, I hadn't this massage bank opportunity wasn't available for me, so I switched contracts. So I went to the employee from the gym and I said, hey, I would love to upgrade, that I can use this. And we did all of the things. And I was good to go. Now I had the opportunity to go onto this machine. And I did. But it wasn't working. It wasn't working. And yeah, in addition to that, the employee that I did this contract with, the new one, was told me that it's now usable for me. It's not a problem. I can do that now, because that was actually the reason why I upgraded. That's what I told him. I wanted to use it, didn't work out. I went to the employees and let me think. Let me go into this memory. Yeah, and I was saying, I upgraded my contract, but it's not working, so what can we do? They were checking it. It was not the same employee that made the contract with me. That's important to say. It was the manager and another employee. And he was telling me, yeah, you upgraded, but this upgrade is officially in, I think it was 20 days at this point. So I had to wait 20 days until I actually pay the upgraded price, then I could use it. And I said to him, okay, but your colleague told me that I can use it right now, that it's not going to be a problem, not a challenge. And then the manager lifted his head. He became aware of that conversation and he said, who told you that? And you already feel the energy. I felt it too. So that would not be a good end for this employee if I actually told her who the employee was that told me that. So what I did at that moment was I smiled a little bit and said to her, I can't do that. In other words, I was saying, I can't describe you and get the name of this person, so I'm not doing that. Even though I knew who it was. So in that moment, I took on position. I took a position and I wrote it down at this time. Let me share that with you. In that moment, when I smiled and I said, I can't do that, that seems to be kind and ethical and human. But I shifted from presence into mediation. I took responsibility for the internal state of the manager, the employee's safety, and the smoothness of the interaction. And if you think about that, it's true. And that was really a time where I was really investigating and really paying attention what life is bringing to me, what challenges, what situations, and what can I learn from that. So after that, because actually the actual thing, my challenge with the massage bank wasn't solved. The manager's only thought was, okay, who was that? We can't do that. And they told me, yeah, you have to wait 20 days. And all right. So I accept that. It's fine. It's okay. Story continues. I reflected on that. And I noticed, okay, I executed a subtle positioning. And this positioning wasn't in what I said, it was in what I didn't allow myself to do. And what I wanted in that case, in that moment when I went to the employees and the manager, was clarity for myself. That's the only thing. I don't have to care about their internal things and who's wrong or right and what information is wrong or right. It's their game. So I rehearsed for myself what could have been a better way to respond in that situation. And I figured out for myself, same situation. Manager's asking, who was that? And I could simply say, and I wrote it down as a rehearsement for the next situation, you know, I don't feel comfortable naming someone, I just want clarity for myself. Boom. That's not taking any other position. That's staying in presence with myself and being clear and intentional about what I want, because I came there to get clarity. I don't care what the first person told me. I just delivered the information. Now they have to do something with that, but that's not my business anyway. So I rehearsed that, and that felt way better because I was not taking on any side. You know, and before that, I was saving the employee, worrying about him, don't wanting the manager to be disturbed or whatever. So no smile to soften, no extra explanation, no managing the room. And that's important. You don't and I don't have to manage the emotions and the things that are going on of the other persons. We can't and we don't have to. So I became aware of that. And I asked myself, can I stay fully unpositioned even when authority or hierarchy appears? And that was an important question because the story continues. I don't know if it was the same day or it was a day later. I was doing my thing at the gym and this employee came by, the one that was with the manager when I got there the second time. And he came to me because of the energy of the positioning that I took on at that time. And he wanted to strengthen that energetic bond of the employee side on which he thought I am. You know what I'm getting at? So he came and said, hey dude, it was very nice from you that you didn't told the name. But if you want to, you can tell it. You can tell it to me. It's not a problem. And if the manager isn't here, and you see me, we can figure out a way that you can go into the massage bank anyways. So you see in which game that I am right now. Now I'm in the employees corner against the manager. And now I can make a pact with him, that's the energy. It's not good or bad, just noticing that. And I already recognized him and the energy. And I knew that is my second chance, my next chance to stay present and this time not take on any position. So I reminded myself the better way of doing that, of responding, would have been, I just wanted clarity for myself. So I was doing my thing. He was saying all of that. Yeah, we can do that if the manager isn't here anyway. And was going into a conversation with me and was asking me about my workout. And it all happens really fast. And I just stood there, remained present, and I just looked at him and said, buddy, I just wanted clarity for myself because of the massage bank. And that was all that I was saying. Totally unpositioned, not smiling and going into this energy of, yeah, we are on one side, The moment you take on position, you're leaving your own. And your own position is the only one that you actually have. Because you are yourself, so you cannot manage the things of others. In that moment, someone right in front of in the gym was calling him, and he went away. And I was thinking maybe he comes back because we were in the middle of a conversation, but I felt that this thing was done. It was over. The same energy, the same test in a different disguise was sent to me. I reminded myself to stay unpositioned, that I do not have to manage anything, that it's okay, that it's uncomfortable for a moment, that I not take on any side. I did it before, but I was unconscious of that, so this time it was my choice to stay myself. And that's actually the story that I wanted to tell you and share with you, because I feel like that's a very important thing, that we ask ourselves, where do I still subtly prepare, explain, or position myself, instead of letting life meet me as I am? Where do I still subtly prepare, explain, or position myself instead of letting life meet me as I am? This question was born out of these entire experiences that I just shared with you. So these energies are subtle, these are very fine, but when you are present and you open your awareness and you walk with that presence in every single moment, because that's the actual only moment that you have, this moment. Every next moment is just the same moment from a different point of view. So with that you walk, and with that you can become aware of those very fine energies. And I learned that I manage actually things by not managing them. It's as simple as that. I just stay aware and present. And I stay positioned on the only position that I can be, and that is being myself as good as I can in every single moment. And with that, and I remember more situations where I was taught something different. But I think that's something for another video. So, I thank you for listening, and maybe you ask yourself, where do you still subtly prepare, explain, or position yourself instead of letting life meet you as you are right now? So, with that, I want to let you know that I would love to hear your thoughts and maybe stories on the same thing in the comments. And I invite you to join my Skool community that I'm currently creating. We gather there once a week together in an online meeting, sitting in the frequency of remembrance and sovereignty, and really allowing ourselves to let truth guiding the room and remember more fully who we are. And also, I'm creating the next classroom right now, which is called Master Your Environment. So, would love to see you there. The door's always open, so feel free to join. Everything that you need you will find in the description box below. If something resonated with you, subscribe the channel, give this video a like, and I hope to see you in the next video. See you along the way, and welcome home. Goodbye.